Now, good evening.
Hello. Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, well done. No. I hope you are ready for, is it quiz now or calculator? Which one?
Quiz.
Hello, sir. Okay. Okay. Mr. Are we good to go now? I think let's wait a bit for others to join the program. Yeah, I'm sorry. I supposed to. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Now, okay. Okay. Omotala Good is not here yet. Okay, because he told me about something the other time that she's unable to launch the app or something. Okay, so that I will be able to do that. Because okay, if you want us to develop calculator, or if you want us to develop quiz, please you can raise up your hand. If you want us to develop quiz, raise up your hand. If you want us to develop calculator, just don't raise up your hand. Okay. Quiz, raise up your hands. Calculator, don't raise up your hands. Okay. Wait, I think it's 3-4. Or should you? Some people are saying calculator. Some quiz. So 1, 2, 3 for quiz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I beg you. Everybody don't choose quiz. Okay, so we're going to develop quiz basically. So now that Okay, you can lower your hands, please, so that we'll start with quiz. I want to share my screen now, because if we want to develop quiz, of course, I'm not going to do full-blown quiz, just a simple quiz, just very, very simple. Very, very simple. Then probably, because I don't want to introduce SQLite, that is database, today, because we need to do quite a number of things as far as the mobile app development is concerned. We need to do quite a number of things, so which I don't want. For now, we are still far behind. That is for my own hand anyway. I'm so sorry about that. I had one major project that I was working on, and thank God I'm through with the project now. And I believe I will concentrate more on the training from next week, so that I'll be able to follow you guys up one after the other. I had to submit, there's this project that I needed to do for the week, and I'm through with it. So I believe going forward, at least for every paid members, although we have quite a number of paid users that they find it difficult to join Zoom, I don't know. But I'll try as much as possible to follow everyone's up one after the other. It's going to be like one-on-one training this time around. Of course, that does not neglect the fact that we'll be meeting on every day as usual. Like we'll be having our weekly meeting, our daily meeting, and depending on what we want to do. But after that, I will personally follow you up. Like I will try as much as possible to know the status, give you go ahead. In fact, from next week, I'll make sure I lock all the videos. You have to. I will set simple quiz for you to pass before you can download every other videos. You know, that is, I need to put that in place as well. So I think I have more time for myself now than before. Okay, so who's going to help us with the? Please check the website for details. Good evening. Okay. All right, sir. So you can help me with WhatsApp updates while I close this stuff. Then we'll be able to start the meeting. Let me quickly share my screen. I hope Visual Studio will not mess up. I mean, connection to database to phone will not mess up today. Of course, we need to start. I will start the emulator as soon as possible, so that while coding, we can wait for the emulator to pop up and things like that. Now, I'm going to introduce you to GitHub as well. So we're not going to be GitHub. You just use GitHub to publish some of your projects. I'm going to introduce you to GitHub, but we're not going to be using GitHub for core projects, because if you want to publish your projects, if you want it to be private, you have to pay a number of dollars before you can make it private, except if you want it to be open source, where anybody all over the world can download your code, which we don't want that to happen to our group application. You know, that one will be done personally, separately. I mean, within the house. Of course, we can even pay for, but it's quite expensive anyway. Someone is asking that my emulator was not working for up to 20 minutes. How can I get through it? You know what? Like I said, since you are using your phone, since you have your phone with you and your phone can connect with your system, you don't have to worry yourself. Just use your phone. Most of the time, most of my application, I use my phone to test it. It's just that the reason why I had to display my own phone for you guys to see is because of I want you to see what I'm doing, basically. So just use your phone. You don't necessarily need to use an emulator. Okay. So that is for GitHub. Now let's start our project like never before. This one is going to be C#, and it's going to be web application, mobile app. Then we're going to build mobile app on Xamarin Form and click OK. This one, we call it Quiz Engine. Quiz Engine. And our location should be Xamarin Apps. So if you don't have this, you can set it up all by yourself. And I'm going to click Create. This time around, I want to use blank. I don't want to use tab. So for your own project, you can decide to use tab, you can decide to use master page, but I'm going to use blank because it's going to be a page, one page. Or should we, okay, let's make it one page, just simple one page application. And I want it to be Android alone. We talk about WP. Okay, please, I want to check if I've done this because I've not tested it for a number of. Okay, let me choose Android so that it will not waste time, because you see I have one or two things to do. So I'm going to click OK for this to set up. And so for your assignments, for those of us who for the front end development, you are supposed to, you can either send the code, the source code to me. Let me see what you have done. I will also show you. I tried to commit it to GitHub using Visual Studio, but I'm finding it difficult to commit to Vista using Visual Studio. Now that okay, let's commit this to GitHub using Visual Studio. It's very easy to commit this kind of project to GitHub. Now, for those of us asking for GitHub, what is GitHub? You can go to github.com. GitHub is like your storage space. Let me sign out so that you have an online account built for developers. GitHub is a development platform inspired by way to work from open source to business and all that. It's like you have an online account, and you can, once you develop your application, you can save it online, and maybe it's just like backup, online backup. So if you suppose you have another system, you can easily pull your software, your app down to a new software. Or maybe you are not with your system and you want to work somewhere else, you can easily pull it down and work and save it back to online database. But it's quite expensive. Though if you want to publish your project for free, it's going to be free. You can publish as many as possible projects for free. But if you want to make your project private, you have to be paying all this kind of money per month. Imagine for 50 gigabyte storage, you have to pay $21 per month. For 2 gigabyte storage, you have to pay for. That's why I don't use it anyways. I don't usually use GitHub because number one, most of my code, my application, my enterprise application, I can't make it open. I can't make it public for users to just download. No, it can't work that way. So that's why I don't use GitHub. So I prefer to use Google Drive to store my application. But with this GitHub, I can easily publish my code. Okay, so let me sign in. I just want to show you how to publish your code using GitHub, using Visual Studio. To GitHub using Visual Studio, So now that I have it set up now, if I want to publish this application I just created, all I need to do is just, let me open engine, the main page, okay? All I need to do is just you go to add to source control. you go to add to source control. When you click add to source control, to set Git, to tell you, okay, do you want to post it to GitHub? Git, because there are many Git accounts that you can use, not GitHub. There are so many of them. So, but of course, you need to pay. So this will pop up and show you this is Git. So I publish to GitHub. So if I want to publish this to GitHub now, I'll click publish GitHub repository, or publish to GitHub, whichever one you want to choose. Push to Azure. No, this one is for Azure. Why this one is for GitHub? So I'm going to click this GitHub, publish to GitHub. To pop up my GitHub, the name of my GitHub. When you create your own account, they will give you username. Mine is Penions. They will give you username, and I want to call it Quiz Engine. Then I want to make it public. So simple, I'll call it simple Quiz Engine using Xamarin Form. So anybody all over the world can download this project now. So I'll just click push, and it will automatically push everything, all the code, down to GitHub. Now, if you want to run this code now, let me open a new tab. Let me open a new tab now. If you want to run the code, you will now clone a repository. So I'll show you how to do all those things much later. All right, so okay, let's check our GitHub account if the Quiz Engine is there already. Here you go. You see now, Quiz Engine, and everything is being set up for me. Within the space of 20 minutes, everything is being set up. Okay, so within the space of 5 minutes or 2 minutes. So as soon as I make changes here, you can easily clone it from. What if you don't have GitHub? Just go to github.com and register your accounts. That's all. You don't have to. You are supposed to have a GitHub account. It's free now. Okay, let's quickly start our Quiz Engine. Like I said, I think the best thing for me to do now is to start my emulator. And to start my emulator, okay, someone is raising up his hand. Please go ahead and speak.
Hello, sir. The GitHub, is it cloud technology that it's using? Is it cloud technology?
Of course,
saving to the cloud, right? Just like OneDrive and the rest.
Yes, no, it's cloud.
Cloud, okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, sir. What can we use Azure also, or is Azure paid for?
That one are for big boys, though. Azure not be small. It's not meant for small boys, though. I know they use Azure as well, because on the average, if you are hosting an enterprise application, you pay as high as $4,000 per month. I didn't say 4,000 naira, $4,000 per month.
Like,
so that's why I don't. That's why about sometime, I mean, about a month ago, was it a month or 2 months ago? I just set up simple website like that. I didn't use it, just to set up, and they wanted to charge me around $200 per month. For what? Just for me to set up. I didn't use it at all. So if you don't know how to do the configuration, you just be wasting money on Azure. So that's why I don't use Azure at all. I don't use it. It's expensive for me. I don't know. Maybe for the big boys, they might decide to use it. So that is for that. So we have a very simple application, and let me quickly. It is very, very important for us to set up our device manager so that we won't waste much time today. And let me quickly launch this device manager so that it will launch on the background. Okay, I'm going to select my device and click start while we'll keep working. Okay, I think it's starting up now. All right, so this is a blank website, and I don't intend to make it look beautiful. So the first thing I want to do, I will get rid of this label. Before I get rid of this label, let's name it welcome to Quiz Engine. Quiz Engine, okay? So horizontal, vertical, and all that. So the horizontal layout, the vertical layout, I don't want it to be at the center of my page. I want it to be at the at start and expand. I want it to be at the top of the page. So I'm going to save this now. So welcome to Quiz Engine. So the next thing is this one is inside stack layout. So the next thing I want to do now, one other thing I want to introduce you to here is that this is a XAMPP file. You can actually get design build as well, but if you don't have good system, you may find it difficult to use design view because it takes a lot of memory. So to do that, you can either click this design, or this is source view, this is design view. So if I click this design view now, you will be able to see your code, this is how it will look like in Android, in iOS, and all that. So I'll be able to see it here. Let's wait for this guy to pop up. That, like I said, it may take. So I recommend if you want to buy a new system, go for SSD. If I tend to change my hard disk to SSD hard disk makes the work easier and faster. So it's taking eternity to load now. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to see the page, how it will look before you publish it. But it's taking eternity to load now. Okay, so welcome to Quiz Engine. All right. So this is how it will look like. So let's go to the source. You can, of course, you can do little modification here, but I don't recommend this page that you use a design view and drag and drop of a thing. I don't recommend it. Then you can flip it. This is how it will look when they flip their phone, things like that. I just want to show you this so that you will see how it should look. So I'll go back to the design view. Now, the next thing I want to do is that I want to add the font style. I want to let's add something here from the label. I want it to be very bold. Then the font size, I want it to be 25. Okay. Someone is asking a question, right? Most SSD drives are 256 gigabytes. Oh no. Now 1 tera, the one if not because of the lockdown, the one I want to get is 1 terabyte hard disk drive, and I think it's around 50K. So for SSD, you can get 1 terabyte. I wanted to order it from China, but all this lockdown is really messing things up. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to bring on board the question label. So I'm going to bring here questions. So this will be questions. Then let's set the horizontal option to be let's say fill and expand. Then vertical option, let's call it, we don't have to use it. Now, okay, before I do this, don't let me make mistake here. Before I do this, I want to bring on board what we call grid layout, so that everything will be inside grid. So if I make everything inside grid, it will be very easy for me to manipulate it. So to do that, I will bring grid layout to the system. So with grid layout, I can specify my width, my height, and all that. So with the width now, I want it to be just 1. And for the height too, I mean, this width will be just 1 column, and this one will be row, okay? So I think I'm okay with the heights. I can as well add whatever I have to add here. So I'll bring everything inside the grid formats, the grid layout. And here, I need to specify that grid, the column, this will belong to grid.row. This will belong to row 1, okay? And this one belong to row 2, so that it will fall in place for me, and it will be, this one will belong to row 2, and horizontal option will be fill and expand. Now, the next thing I want to bring on board now is a radio button. The radio button will be, users will be able to select which one is correct or not. To do that, I'll look for, what's the name of this button? Date picker, entry, label, it's not here. I think it's under science fiction, but no worries. We can always play around it. Switch, table, web view. Let's choose something and work it out. Okay, don't worry. I will play around it. I will make sure everything. But if you want the kits that you can use, that like extension that you can use, you can download to make your website, your app look very nice. Like I will show you how to go about it. This thing is blocking my view. Sorry. So here now, there is an extension called Science Fiction. With Science Fiction, let me show you the site so that you'll get it. Okay, someone is listening up his hand. Go ahead and speak, please. Go on and speak.
Sir.
Yeah?
The pace you are moving at is somehow too fast.
Okay. Am I too fast?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will try as much as possible to okay, no problem. So Science Fiction, this Science Fiction, I'll introduce it maybe in probably week 5 or week 6. So with Science Fiction, you'll be able to design very nice application with it. You can plug it. Although it's free, you can, when you plug it, there are quite a number of tools that you can use with Science Fiction. So I don't want to introduce that now. So I want to improvise now. This radio button that I was talking about is actually with Science Fiction. Am I too fast now, or I should? Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can hear you, sir.
Oh, all right. So what I want to do basically is that I want to bring on board button. This time around, we use button because we don't have radio button here. And we're supposed to use radio button in such a way that when you click this radio button, it will select it, okay? When you click it to select, you click it to select. But since we don't have it here, we can use something else like a button. Let me look for something else that I can use. Progress bar, no. Search bar, slider, no. Stepper, no. Switch. Okay, let me use switch. I think switch should be better. Let me use switch. So you switch, you toggle it if it is on and off. Let's see how it works with this switch, so that we'll be able to know how to play around it. Then X name equals my switch, my answer 1, then text I don't have to use text. Now let's launch this application. Let's see how it will look. So now that I have my emulator installed, what I need to do is just to start this application. To do that, I can either start from here, but the best thing to do is to build my application. So I'm going to build this application now. Excellent. So let me run this application. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I need the video after the class.
Oh, okay, no problem. So I think there's an error here with there's an error here. So we need to fix the error. Answer one, there's an error with the naming convention. You know, this my name. How can I correct this? Anybody? What's the ideal way of writing name in Xamarin?
There won't be space there. No spacing.
Okay, excellent. The SSD is for storage, not it's just like your hard disk drive. All right, so my answer one. So let me build this. I think, okay, let me build it now. Build Squeeze engine and run it. Okay, so I'm going to click either display or my device. So I'm going to click this one. Anyone should be able to work perfectly. Mr. Ken, are you raising up your hand? Mr. Kenny. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm the one. I've dropped my nonsense.
Okay. Thanks. All right. So let's wait for this guy to run so that we can come up with something very nice. So I'm going to introduce SciFiction for you in the next but let's say in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to introduce SciFiction. Let me show you the apps I developed using SciFiction. I think it's here. Let me back this app. That's the problem of this. Okay, someone is asking question. So I open my emulator, but it doesn't go to the app. You need to build your app and you select your emulator, the emulator you want to use from this page. From this page, and you click play button. So it will run it, to take it to the emulator. It will take you to the emulator. Okay. So if it's taking longer time to build, let's continue so that I won't waste much time. So what I want to do basically, okay, I think it's deploying now. So what I want to do basically is that I want to have another button, and this button will be next x_name equals next button. Excellent. So with this next button, let's style it a little bit. I'm going to set the grid row dot row to be let's say 5, while this one's, let me leave this grid dot row for this one to be 2. This one will be 2. This one will be 3. This one will be 4. And so we only have, this one will be 5. So I may not use switch. Then let's give it a name, X name. Let's give it name, X name, S column name, S column name equals, let me copy this so that to be very fast. This one will be option 4. This one will be option 3. This one will be option 2. This one will be option 1. Okay, my app is running now. So it's better for us to run the app for the very first time so that we won't have issues running it again. Okay. Yes, if you are selecting the Android version, someone is asking that, why selecting the Android version, does it mean it will also work for the lower version? Yes, but depending on what you want to do, basically, because if you are deploying, if you are using latest SDK, and that SDK is not available on maybe Android SDK 5 or in SDK 6, Android 4.0 and all these 4.0, 3.0, they won't be able to use it. But if it is for, of course, you should target highest, latest SDK, so that there is this drawback embedded inside Android Studio or Android OS that if it's lower version, the app will automatically adjust itself, but it can't go beyond a certain Android version. For instance, you can't develop apps targeting an Android 2.0 or Android 4.0 because your app will break. I mean, people might not be able to use the app. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, I don't know why this thing is not coming up, but nevertheless, let's see. Anyway, let's continue with our code so we can easily run this much later. Now, what I want to do basically is that we now have main page. Let me get rid of this. We now have main page. With this main page, we have a grid. I'm sure a number of us, you know much about grid and welcome page. So this one will show welcome to QuizNG, and this one will show it to be at the center of the page, you know, things like that. Then question will display here. Then okay, let's make this one option 1, so that question will display here, and you are required. Then let's change the font size. The font size of this to be, let's make it title so that you look bigger. Then each option will now carry each button will now carry options, so that when I click it, it's knows that, okay, you selected this option. When I click this, it's knows that, oh, you selected this option. When you click this, you selected this option and all that. So after that, you can now click next button. So this next button will load another button for you. It will load another questions for you, rather. Sorry. All right. So to do that, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to go to the backend, to the C# code, so that I will be able to launch the application. So I'm going to say click here equals. Of course, I can easily go to the back end directly from here. Oops, there's an error here. Equals, yeah. So I can easily go to the back end by right-clicking and click on view code. Okay, with this place now, what I want to do basically, if you are, I believe a number of us, all of us here, most likely, you're familiar with C#, all these string and all that. We're going to be doing the same thing here, but this time around, we want to ensure that we are actually working explicitly on the kind of thing we want to do. So for this page to load now, the first thing that we execute is this main page. And I want my website, my app, to be able to load on when the page is loaded already. So my app will load the questions. So what I want to do is I want to add string. I'll just to load my app and make sure that this thing is working. Question 1 equals what is what is what should we call it? What is
a noun?
Okay, so what is a noun? So the next thing I want to do is I can now use question1.test. Sorry, did I say question1.test? What's the name of this our question? The programming name for this question. We didn't set the programming name. So we're going to say s under column name equals question label. Okay. I will save it on question label dot test equals question, and everything will go away. So this thing is not will not go away until you save your exam page. Okay, and the error will go away. Excellent. So now I want us to test this before we build our main application. I don't know why this thing is not coming up. Let's build the application again. It may take some time. Okay. So I'm going to close all of this. Okay. This thing is not coming up. Okay, I think it's coming up now. I want to. Oh, okay, excellent. So welcome to, you notice that what is a now is actually overlapping with our welcome to QuizNG. Okay, so let's solve that. Let's solve that question, that issue. So to do that, I'm going to, because this one and this one, they are inside the same grid row. So this one will be 1. We change this one to 2. While this one will be 3. This one will be 4. This one will be 5. And this one will be 6. And then the last one will be 7. Okay. So then I'm going to say the width of this button, the next button, the width of the button, I don't want it to be more than 50, let's say 100. Then the vertical option, I don't want it to be more than 40. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is the text on it to be next. I'll click OK. So let's see what we have here. No, it's not showing actually. Now, I want to ask this question. Suppose you want to, what we want to do basically is that when user click next, it's supposed to load another question. You select your question and click next, it will load another question. You select your question and click next, it will load another question. Did you get it? Did you understand the concept? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you think? How can we solve that problem? Anybody?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
How can we solve the problem?
I'm not really sure, but is it that we use a loop or method to sort it?
Of course, you can use method, but if you say you want to use a loop, loop is something will run for a number of times, then to now stop. So if you are using loop, it's not going to work.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so it may not work. Mr. Jide, please, can you help us? What do you think? Mr. Jide Ekuchetan.
Good evening, sir. Really, I don't know. I'm racking my brain now, so
Okay.
I don't know really.
Is it Mr. or Mrs. Sam Beam, right? Sam Beams. Any idea? Hello? This is more or less like a think tank approach. Though I've done it before, but because we need to rack our brain and see lasting solution to this, how we can do it. Now, let me just give you the best solution to this is that, which I won't do now, is that if you are developing anything of this nature, your database, your source file has to be it has to be in database. So if you were in class yesterday, we created database for our web application. In the same way, you have to store all this information inside database and you pull it out. So if you are developing this kind of application, it has to be in database. But for this purpose, because you are still far behind as far as this mobile app is concerned, I'm not going to use database. I will only use just like array for us to store the file. So we can now loop through the array and get the question out. That's why I said the other time that it's going to be very, very lengthy. I mean, it's going to be cumbersome, and you will learn more about array and all that. And I think that is from my own end. I'm supposed to upload the video for you guys to understand what is array, but I'll do that by God's grace this night, so that you learn more about arrays. Then if you don't, you can also go to web application and learn more about array. So let's quickly do something here. Now that we have this, okay, then please, can you give me like 3 minutes? I need to attend to my son for like 3 minutes. Am I free?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right, just 3 minutes, maximum of 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Hello, guys. Yeah, please. Is there anyone that is the system is on right now? This main page dot SAML. I can't find it on my. I can't really find it. I don't know where it is located. Is it? I've checked view now. I can't find it. What I'm seeing here is mainactivity.cs. I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. Nobody is talking.
All right, I'm back. Oh, sorry for the is it breaking transmission now? Okay, so what we want to do? Okay, can we go ahead? Are we good to go?
Sir, sorry.
Yes.
This
Yeah, go on.
This main page .sml.cs. I'm not seeing it on my system right now. What I'm seeing is
main page.
The main page is under what, sir? What I'm seeing is main activity.
It's under QuizNG. Did you created a project called QuizNG, or which one?
No, I'm even under that Edu browser. I've been trying to locate that main page .sml.cs. I've not seen it since.
Edu browser is web application now.
Is it?
Yes, it's web application now. Not. Is
the Marina application, Abi?
No, it's web application. It's web now. Okay, Edu browser.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, the one we created the other time. Let me open
it
for you. Let me open it here so that we'll check it. Where did I create? Xamarin form. Okay, Xamarin app. Edu browser. It's supposed to be okay. You're talking about a main page, right?
Yes.
For Edu browser. You go to inside views. Inside view. It's supposed to be inside views. Here it is.
It's not inside.
Inside views. Views.
Okay.
Views.
Views.
Yes, inside views. Okay, are we cleared now?
Okay, I've seen it, sir.
Oh, okay. So
Thank
the
you,
next
sir.
thing I want to do, the next thing I want to do is that I don't think this button will work for me. I don't think this button will work because if you check our code now, the button is
So I sent you a chat.
Okay. So my question is, generate username. Just use your name. You can use Anu Davis as your username. You understand? So use that. It's not part of this class. It's not part of the stuff. It's just the same way you open your name, your email. Okay, so what we want to do is that I can actually, with this button controls, there are quite a number of controls here, but there are other controls that are hidden inside XAMPP folder. Because if I want to use this button, if I want to use this button to look somehow, and I don't want that. So I want to use another one, which is similar to switch. So I'm going to call it, I think it's radio switch or radio button or something. Then I'm going to specify the end of that radio button. Okay, so I'm going to specify the text that will be on it. The text that will be on it will be, let's call it my answer. So I will show you how to integrate this to the system so that it will work very fine. So that is for that. Then I'm going to specify another thing called X name, which is going to be, let's make it option 5. But nevertheless, before I do that, I will leave that to you because of our time. Because this one, I need to do quite a number of configuration and all that before you can get this done. Okay, so what I want to do is I will comment this out so that we can focus on that, because I want us to end this class within the next 30 minutes. All right, so to do that, there's what we call array. Array basically is like, let me show you array. I think I've explained that before, but array is like the images.com. Let me use tablets as drug sachets. Okay, sachets, sorry. So now, okay, that's the, oh, sorry. Now, something like this. So array basically is the same type of a particular thing organized inside another, should we call it sachet? Now, let me explain this now so that you get it perfectly. Now you can say what is it now? That is question 1. Question 2, string. Question 2. Can someone help us with all these questions so that I can copy and paste? What should we type here? What is a pronoun? Or give example of pronoun. Okay. Give one example of pronoun. question 3. So it will be string question 3. Give one, oops, one example of, give one example of verb, you know, and all that. Okay, someone is helping us, right? Anu Davis, you know what? After the class, see me, so we'll be able to talk about this so that it won't take much time. All right. So, what is an adverb? Okay, we don't want these long questions. We want something, something very. Okay, what's an adjective and all that? Okay, now, you know, this one now, it is, I can as well specify it like 5, 6, 7 times. But there's a shorthand way of writing. Since I'm dealing with questions, then I can bring on board what we call string. I'll put bracket here. I'll call it string questions, and I can say new string. Sorry, string 200. Now, with this concept, I've been able to tell this string, I mean, this string can now contain as many as possible questions up to 200. So I can easily pass it inside, like question, let me put it here. For question 1 now, which we start from 0, equals, what is an array? For question 2, so I'm going to do that 1, 2, 3. So for question 2, it will be this. For question 3, you will be tempted to say that it's not the same thing. No, it's quite different from what we call from that one, because this one you can easily use this. Suppose you have about 200 or 500 questions, you can easily pass everything inside this array and display it. I'm going to be talking about that one much later. So this one will be 1, this one will be 2. Just like we have it here, that you store it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But by the time, you know, this one is going to be very easy for you to take this along with you, rather than using it one after or separating it one by one. So as it is now, it's very, very easy for you to, it's handy, let me put it that way. So we're going to do the same thing for answers or options. So we're going to call this one option 1, option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 4. The last one is option 4. So this one is option. Why this one works for question, this one works for option. Then we'll have another one, right answers. So for right answer, we call this one right answer, because we need to let computer know the right answer as well. Right answer 1, right answer 2, right answer 3, then right answer 4. Basically, don't forget, like I said the other time, we are supposed to use database for all this kind of thing. But this is because I don't want to introduce you to database, because that one is a little bit lengthy. Okay. And I want you to get something as well. Okay, so right answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we have 1,000 questions, we have to write them one by one. No, the ideal way is that with your 1,000 questions will be stored inside database. Okay, when you store it inside database, you can now let me explain it to you so that you get it better. So assuming this is your database, let me call this string array of database. Now, when you call the database, so let's say this is array of database equals, I just want to specify numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's assume this is your database, okay? Now, when you call your database, let's say this one contains 1,000 rows, 1,000 questions. Now, I want to use it here. You now pass it to this array of questions. You will now tell this array of questions that 4 equals 0. Then loop through my array. I less than or less than this array dot length I plus plus. So with this now, I can now automatically pass my array, all the questions from array inside this place. So I will just tell this guy that equals dot I. Once I have it like this, so if let's assume this is your database that is coming from external source. This guy will be able to undo everything. But if you are using our normal string question one, like question 1 equals you understand, equals this. So what you are saying that you have to pass everything, you have to write question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, up to question 1,000. But with this now, once I specify the array to accommodate maybe 25,000 or 250,000, it automatically bring everything on board for me to be able to use. So with this simple line of code, I'll be able to download all your array functions, all your questions from the database. I think I've been able to answer that question. So I'm going to comment that one out so that this will not run, because we don't need that for now. And I'm going to delete this. So the next thing I'm going to do is that now that I have these questions, question 1, give an example of pronoun. Question 2, give one example of verb. Now, the next thing I want to do now is I want to pass the first question. Of course, if I like, I can randomize it, but I don't want to do that now. I want to pass the first question to this label so that it will display. Then the next thing we want to do, can someone help us with option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4? Anybody? Option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. So please type it here. Option 1, make it a correct answer. Okay, let's do it for one question. Then we can duplicate it for others so that we won't waste much time on it. But don't forget, by week 3 or week 4, after we might have developed our very nice I mean, what I've learned more about SQL Server and all that, and SQLite, rather, we will develop a very robust quiz engine that you can use. You can create your own quiz engine and place it on Play Store, and you start making money from it, things like that. Okay. Okay. I think someone is asking a question. Now is a naming word. Let's put that. Is it the right answer or no or not? So we're going to say for option 1, for this option 1, or let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Option 1, let's each option get their own. So there are 2 ways you can declare array. You can specify the full answer at once. When you do it this way, you are saying, oh, okay, I don't want my array to expand. I don't want my array to expand. I want my array to have predefined the same way, to work like this. So with this one, you can't modify, you can't add more values to it. What I mean by you can't extend the number of things that will be added into it. So this option number 1 now will get 5 options, or 4 options rather. So let's get the next one now. And now is a naming word. So another option that people can easily, now is a naming word. Is that the right answer? We want users to be able to get the right answer from this. Hurry up, time doesn't go. So this one, we have, okay, let me put it this way so that you get it. 2, that is, this is A. The first one is A. The second one is B. This one is option A. This one is option B. This one is this one will be option C. Option C, okay. And this one will be option D. Option D. And let's call the last one right answer. Okay. So I think it's better this way, so instead of making. So this one we question 1 option. Question 1 option. So we don't necessarily need this one again. We don't need this. I think this is a little bit nice. So this one will be question 2 option. Question 2 option. Question 3 options. Question 4 options. Okay. So we don't need this since it's going to be predefined. So let's see what we have here. Someone is helping us with the question. Example of pronoun is he, she, and they. Okay, and now it's used to describe pronoun. It's still right now. We want one right answer. So what's our second question? Our second question is we don't have it here now. Okay, give one example of pronoun. That's our second question. Give one example of pronoun. A noun is a phrase that qualifies a verb. Is that correct? So if it's not correct, we will put it here. Okay. The A for the pronoun. now is just to describe pronoun. Okay, let's just come up. Let me stick to question
How do you do it?
one. Just keep adding the questions. So let me stick to question one, then we are good to go. Okay, the next thing I want to do is that for question one, now we have what is a noun. It will display here. And what I want to do basically, which I'm going to use radio button for this as well, so that you get it better. So the name of this radio is option one. I'm going to call it option one dot test equals what's this? Question one of value 0. Okay, so option 2, option 3, option 4. So this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course this one will be 4. Okay, I think it's time for us to test our app. Let's see how it should look, and let's see if we're actually doing something meaningful. So I'm going to click on build quiz. Oh, there's an error here. Cannot convert 40 into Xamarin layout. I think we made a mistake somewhere here. Where?
You're right.
Okay, the vertical options of a pin.
Yes.
Okay. So we don't even need vertical options, so there's no need for that. Okay, so I'm going to build the and all that, or DM and all that. So I don't need that. Or app to come up. I think it's taking eternity to load. That's the problem about using this emulator of a thing. So that's why I prefer my phone, but all apps prove abortive now. And okay, excellent. Okay, we now have what is a noun. Welcome to our quiz. So what is a noun? Can we format it in such a way that there will be one question here, another question here, another question here? You know, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Or should we leave it this way because of our time? Okay, that would be the assignment. So what you are going to do is to format it to be like this. 1, 2, it will be in column 1, column 2, then column 1, column 2, column 1, column 2, and all that. So this right answer, I'm gonna close this now. So the next thing we want to do now, let me mute everybody here so that there won't be any background. The next thing we want to do basically is that the right answer, this right answer has to be the same as the right answer. Which one is the right answer here? Huh? I'm waiting for you guys. Which one is the right answer?
Option A.
Being nice to your brother wasn't one of the top priorities.
Option A, sir.
Okay, option A.
Let's see if that has
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you are making this a right answer, it's going to be like this. It has to be the same as the right answer. Okay? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
And we agreed.
Okay.
But the earlier you told it to him, the better.
Please, Mr. Kani, it's like you are inside your, yeah, you need to go to your room. Oh. That's your TV day. With the hair and well here. Okay,
No
so.
be me, oh. No be me, oh.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Yeah.
So the next thing we want to do, basically is that we want to check if the right answer is A. If user click A or B or C or D, I think the best thing for us to use, instead of using button, I think it is time for us to introduce that radio button that I talked about, this one. Because with radio button, it will be very easy for you to select and do all sort of things like that. Okay, let me quickly run through this radio button. I'm going to get rid of this guy so that I can walk through it. Ideally supposed to give this radio button like this, and I should be able to see what is going on. So let me do it this way and build the app. Radio, I think I got it right, radio button, yeah. So I'm building the solution. So it's showing that I need to reference a particular image, a particular button here. That is why this radio button is not working out. So let me find the lasting solution to that. So to do that, you need to, there are some things you need to install and do all sort of things. Now let's try another one. I think I might need to try another one because I don't want to use button for that. And I don't want you to install SignFusion because SignFusion will do the magic for us, but I don't want us to do that at all. I want us to use something else, you understand? So let's use switch. Where is switch? Okay, let's use switch. With switch, let's see how switch will work. Of course, this one will work too. This button will work, but I just don't want us to use button for now. Okay, I think the best thing to do for now is to let's make the work application run first. Then we can now tweak it to suit our needs. Okay, that's exactly what I want to do. Okay, excellent. So the next thing we want to do is we want to ensure that when user click this button, it will compare which button is being clicked by the user. And well, if you click button 1, it will show that, oh, button 1 has been clicked, things like that. So let's go back to our code. And we're going to, that's the beauty of using radio button. Radio button now, you don't need to click. It will just show you that, oh, this thing is working. I mean, you've selected this. You know how radio button works now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the we don't want we want to use radio button, but if you want to use radio button, you need to download another plugins and all that, which I don't want us. Or better still, now let me introduce you to a better way of doing it. Anyways, I can go to what we call NuGet package. With this NuGet package, there's what we call manage NuGet package for solution. Okay, so if I click on this NuGet package, I think that's the best solution anyway. So with this NuGet package, it's like a repository of millions of code written by another developer or developers out there that we can easily import to our own application and use. Did you understand what I'm trying to say? So for instance, if you develop one solution now, you can push it to the NuGet, which is being maintained by Microsoft, and people will be able to download it and use it, although you can make it paid version and all that. So I'm going to click on browse and look for radio button. Radio button. Now, you notice that there are quite a number of radio buttons that I can use. This is what I'm talking about. This Science Fusion radio button, very powerful. But you can use other ones like checkbox radio button, being developed by other developers. There is radio button, there is a radio button USD, radio button, and all that like that. But the one I would prefer to use is Science Fusion radio button. So when I click this Science Fusion, but you have to register your app with this Science Fusion radio button before you can use Science Fusion radio button. So, or you can search for XLab radio button. When you select XLab, let's search for XLab. Or should we stick to Science Fusion? Since we're going to be using Science Fusion, let's stick to Science Fusion. So I'm going to
let's use Science Fusion.
Okay, I'm going to select this Science Fusion. I want to install it on all the projects. I'm going to click install. And it will take some time to install, I have to buy, oh, did I click button or radio? I think did I click this? Okay, let's say okay, this one is button. So we need to look for radio button or checkbox and all that. Let this guy finish installing, or we can use this one as well. Doesn't really matter anyway. But I want us to get the beauty of radio button. It has been installed. No, we still have to wait for some time for this guy to install. That's why I said today's class is going to be if we want to build quiz, it's going to take quite a number of hours. Okay, I think it's coming up. So once it's been installed, to build the application again, so that you will be able to launch it. I think it's coming up now. Okay, so it's asking me to accept Science Fusion license. I'm going to say I accept, and this will automatically be downloaded to my system. Okay, waiting for assets, So it will install Science Fusion button, but we're actually looking for radio button and not this button. Okay, so let's search for this radio button. We're supposed to click something that's not, so let me search for Science Fusion checkbox, Science Fusion .xamarin or Science Fusion, yeah. Science Fusion, it's not correct. Yeah, oh, Science, SY, and Fusion. Sync, okay, sorry. Sync Fusion. Oh, I didn't get the name very well. Let me look for it here. Sync function. Okay, there we go. Copy, paste. It's another paste. SYNC FU. Was it FUS? Okay. S Sean. So we're going to look for radio buttons here, or combo bus. You can select combo bus or radio button. There are plenty of it here. Pop up, radio button, or let's specify it further. .Xamarin. Okay. So it will come out well. Okay. So we can search for, we've installed buttons. I'm actually looking for radio button. Or better still, the best way to do it is to go from their website. So radio button. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think this is it. So they will give us the NuGet package to install directly. So we won't install nonsense NuGet package. So for radio button, this is the NuGet package. Where's the NuGet package? Yeah, this is the NuGet package. Okay, see, it's still under, I think it's still under Xform. It's under Xform actually. I'm looking for the NuGet package to install. Where is it? Okay, I think it's under Xamarin.buttons. I think we've installed it. It's under Xamarin.buttons. So our goal now is to learn how to install it. To install it, we have to copy this code to our Xamarin Forms. So I'm going to copy it like this, and I'll go to main page and paste it within the same contents, within this area. So I'm going to paste it here since it has been installed already. And if it's not going to generate any error, then we are good to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to use the button. To do that, I'm going to copy this one, SF Radio Xamarin button, and place it here. And we have it. Okay, so the name is, let's call the name option 1. Then let's have another one. Let's call this one option 2. Then let's call this one option 3. Let's call this one option 4. Then this one will be, we no longer need this one. And I want to take this off the grid so that grid column 2 will be, so this one will be off the grid. Okay, so I think we're good to go now. Now before I continue, let's just view it. Let's build this application and let's see what we have. Before I build it, let me quickly add this xname text, the text that will be on it, or better still, let's do that from the code behind, since we have already bind it like this. Okay, we've already bind it, but there's no need for that. So I'm going to build this application now. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Be succeeded. So the last but not the least is to view it on my device. Let's open our device. Someone is using up. You can go on. And
It's a mistake, sir.
I can't hear you. Which one is which one are you talking about? There's a mistake where?
Oh, I raised up my hand by mistake.
Can you type it, because there are quite a number of there are quite a lot of background noise, maybe in your area.
What he's saying that he mistakenly raised his hand.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's wait for this guy to build the app, and so you can read more about Science Fusion. Of course, we're going to be using Science Fusion a lot and it's free. Of course, there are paid version of it, but let's say you want to read maps, you want to, it's just like button, like predefined set of components that you can use that will make your app very beautiful. So let's wait for this guy to load. This guy's, oh, I think it's coming up. It takes some time because of the changes we have made. It may take up to 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Now, before this guy comes up, what do you think you can do with this quiz engine? Mr. Ken, what do you think you can do with this quiz engine?
Oh, sir, is it monetizing it or what? Or the function?
No, I don't know anything. What do you think you can do if with this idea now that you know that okay, you can actually create a quiz engine and all that? So what do you think you can do with it? You know?
Okay, sir. For this quiz
that's the
engine,
business aspect, anyways.
or a business aspect, we can create a quiz engine for education sector, whereby just like that cowbell competition, instead of people going to the competition, you can register online from a site, then create the quiz, and you can use it for CBT also, and for examinations,
Excellent.
stuff like that.
Excellent. That's exactly what I'm actually I'm expecting actually, because okay, Mr. Mujid.
This quiz engine also. For example, now before I even came across this Visual Studio community, I was doing one career assessment test with Visual Studio Code. So that's sort of for junior secondary school students to know what they can study when they get to senior secondary school. So with this Visual Studio Code, with this Visual Studio community now, with this quiz engine, I can create a form of assessment test that will just
excellent,
something like that.
Because the truth is, even I'm going to integrate this with the app, of course, the web application aspect, so that you too can learn more about how to design, how to develop. So our next web application now, is going to be inside out. So for people that are actually paid anyway, we're going to develop the web application, the quiz web application. Do you understand? So you learn how to create your own quiz your quiz engine. You can even monetize it. You can create CBT around it. You can create a jam question that people can go and do. Okay, let's quickly finish our app so that we'll be able to do something else. So because we are using SignFusion, this will show up that this thing will be, you can only see it for 30 days. So if you want to get rid of this code, you need to register under SignFusion, and they'll give you one code that you can use. I'm going to be talking about that one much later because we don't need this for now. And I'll click OK. Okay. But you notice one thing, all the questions are under this this place, which we can someone tell me the reason why everything is here? Anybody?
It has been embodied in one place. So we didn't put space.
Why? I want the reason. We didn't put space. No.
No, there is this.
Anybody? Okay, let me tell you the reason. The reason is that unlike web pages where you can easily put paragraph and all that, you need to specify the grid row that each question will belong. So I'm going to do it this way. This one will belong to grid 3. This one will belong to grid 4. And this one will belong to, or better still, let's make it side by side as expected. So this one will be grid 3 column, grid column dot column will be 0. And the grid column for this will be 1. And but this one, the row will be 3. So they will be in the same row. The grid column, this one will be 4. So I'm going to copy it like this. And we'll set the grid column to be, the grid column will now be, this one, the grid column will be 1, while the grid column for this will be 0. So they will be side by side, to be 1, 2, 3, 4, things like that. So I don't want us to waste time here. So the last but not the least is there's this button. So when user click this button, because we're going to be dealing with one question. So maybe on Tuesday we will continue with this. So we build a very robust quiz engine. Then you can find a way to monetize it anyway, something like that. Okay, so we know that our last the right answer is A. So what we want to do here is I want to say if option A, since we know that option A is the right answer, option A dot checked is checked. So if option A is checked and is true, that is, if option A is checked, we're going to say, let's just we finish the alert dot display alert. We're going to tell this guy the title is correct answer, and the message is excellent. Excellent.
The spelling, sir.
Excellent. Okay. You picked the correct answer.
Sir, you omitted C for the correct.
Okay, I'll do that. You picked the correct answer. Of course, since we are not dealing with jump everything. So on the last one is that will be okay. So I'm going to say press OK. Of course, if we are building this kind of thing, you know, you don't have to tell the person that you pick the correct answer and all that. So at the end of the week, at the end of the whole question, you can say, okay, you score 20%, you score 30% and all that. So any other option is going to be wrong, right? So we're going to say wrong answer. Wrong answer. Please pick the correct answer. And we're good to go. Okay, so, but ideally, because we know that A is actually the answer, what if we now have like 4, 5, 6 questions? That is why we have to put the right answer here, so that it will now compare with what user selected. We're going to be dealing with that one maybe on Tuesday, so that things can get better, you know, because I wanted to go and rest and do some other stuff, and I want to upload other videos as well this night. Okay, so let's build our app now. We've been able to build our app. So someone is asking, can I get the video of the class on the YouTube? You don't necessarily have to download it from YouTube, because I'm actually recording it. So I will just modify it and upload it and send the link to you so you can download. So you don't need to go to YouTube and download all these things. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is to build our app. I'm going to click on this, my device. Now, I've been able to introduce you to NuGet package, right? And from NuGet package, you can go to nuget.org, nuget.com. It's like a repository, or it's just like GitHub. Oh, sorry, I think it's WG or something. So it's just like, for instance, now, if you are a very good developer, you can create a package that you sell on NuGet. So people download it, they use it on NuGet, and they can import it directly to their I'm coming, let me check from Google. Let me write NuGet. They can import it to their code, the SignFusion. Of course, you might need to pay some guys that develop that. Okay, it's nuget.org. Okay, sorry, but you don't necessarily have to go to NuGet. You don't have to go through this place. You can always go through NuGet from your Visual Studio Code. That's the beauty of Visual Studio. Okay, how do I get to NuGet from Visual Studio? To get to NuGet on Visual Studio, let me close this page. I will show you how to get NuGet from Visual Studio. So every time you run this application to show like this, and you need to close this SignFusion, okay, and everything. Okay, so welcome to Quiz Engine. This one supposed to be here. What's it now? So if I select this, this one, this, okay. The response is a bit low. I think I might find a way around it in such a way that, but one major constraint now that we're supposed to do is to ensure that only one item, only one button is being selected. Do you understand now? So to do that, I'm going to close this now and go to, okay, to get to the NuGet aspects, the NuGet page, what you need to do is from your Solution Explorer, you right click on the solution you want to, you right click on the solution and you right click and go to manage NuGet package for solution. Okay, so if you want to install NuGet for Android alone, you right click on Android magnet NuGet package for Android alone. And if you want it for, so depending on what you want to do, there are packages that are only available for Android and it's not available for iOS. There are packages that is available for Android and iOS and not for Windows, UWP, things like that. So you know how to go about it. Okay, let's quickly fix our problem and let's find lasting solution to it. So I think there is a method called group name. If it's not there, group, let's see, group, or let's look for it from the properties. It's supposed to be here where you set the group row I option is. So if you want to learn any of these things, you need to go to their documentation because there are quite a number of things they must have talked about there so that you're able to know how it works. Rotation, vertical. So I think it's not here. So what we need to do, there are two ways to it. It's either we use, we do it programmatically so that when you select this, it will disappear. Every other one we deselect. But I think they should have documentation to know about group radio button. Okay, this is grouping. I think they should have documentation for it. So for you to group your radio button, you have to use SDF. Let's look for the, okay, it has to be like this. If you want to use group, did you understand what they're trying to do now? So it has to be like this if you want to use group. It can't be from like individual stuff. So to do that, we're going to copy this code and let's copy this code and paste it here. Then we paste the last one. So I think that error will go, or you can do it programmatically that if this one is selected, then the rest, this one will be deselected. Should we do that? Okay, let's do that as well. So what I'm trying to say is, if that one will not work, we can say, we can say on test change or on checked. Let's get the events up. Checked is checked. You understand what I'm trying to say now? So, or property change, or there are so many things you can work with on size change or on state change. Okay, we can use our state change. So if the state has been changed, you do something. If the same, if it's been selected, there is an option that will be fired. But since this SDF group will do the work for us, so there's no need for this on state change. So I'm going to get rid of that and save this one and save it. So let's run the application now for the last time, and let's see if we will be able to achieve the results we are actually yearning for. So next week, because of our time, next week we will finish this. We had as many as possible questions. So we prepare the question. Okay, let me choose someone that will do that for us. Who's going to prepare the question for us? Mr. Mr. Solomon, Emiola Solomon,
Yes, sir.
please
Yes, sir.
prepare the question for us, like let's say 5 questions,
Okay, sir.
so that by
With the
next
options,
week,
Abby.
yes, and the right options as well,
Okay.
so that we will be able to move at the speed of light.
Okay.
So I believe with this now, you should be able to create your own. If someone wants to develop maybe school portal, quiz, or assignment and all that, you should be able to develop this. Then I think we next week we'll develop, we'll design the web application aspect as well. And that one, I believe you can make something out of it as well. Because this one, you can create. I'm working on a project similar to this quiz engine. That one is for JAMB, that people can easily learn tutorial and all that. So another mistake, if we put it inside group, we have to. Why is it here? Why is it here? Anybody? You know, it's supposed to be somewhere around this place, but it's somewhere here. Can someone help us? Okay, so Mr. Solomon, go on.
As it is it the type that we have to sort like CBT test center? Can it be used for that?
Can it be used for what?
CBT, computer
Yes, now.
based test.
This is CBT already now.
Okay.
Okay, so I think this selection is actually working fine. So if I want to select this now, and so if you select the first one and click next, hey, my system is, so it's telling me correct, excellent, you picked the correct answer. Did you understand that? So if I select D and click next, wrong answer, pick the correct answer. Did you understand the concept now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome. So
Yes,
I
sir.
believe with this now, the next thing we're going to do, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add like 5 to 10. You can add as many as possible questions, Okay, so I'm sure you may not know how to do it, but you can do that. So I'm going to I'll push the code to the repository now so that you can download it. Then your job is to make sure you bring this back to its normal state.
Okay, sir.
That'll be the assignment. So you bring this back to its normal state. Then maybe you can add 1 or 2 things. So you change this one to next, then you can shrink it a bit so that it will be at the center. I believe you should be able to do that anyways. Okay, is there another question before we call it a day? It's almost 10 o'clock. Like I said, this will take more time. I'm waiting for your questions, though. So let me quickly push it to GitHub. I think it's there already, sir. So
Is there?
Let's see. When last did I update it to be updated? When this one is okay, let me refresh. Cruise engine, this one. No, this one is 2 hours, so I need to commit it. Anyway, I will do that. I'll commit it. All right. If in the absence of no questions, I think it's time to call it a day. So we're going to see for mobile application, that will be on Tuesday. And for front end, we will see tomorrow. And I want to ensure that I fix all other errors because I have to do the video again so that I can upload it. I mean, the last front end video that I didn't complete, I have to do that and send it to you guys. Thank you very much and God bless.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I should have asked this question. On the web platform, the portal, the web portal, the video you said you did upload, is it that live too?
Yes, I think it's
okay.
I think I don't know precisely, but it should. Yeah.
Because I didn't know have access to it. Say that it was locked.
Okay, I think you mean for the front end, right? Or is it for the front end or for the web?
For the web app.
The full stack.
Yeah, the full stack. The one you
I think I'll try as much as possible to upload virtually all the videos tonight for week 2, all the videos. Provided if I won't slip off any, but if I don't do it, I'll do it tomorrow. I have enough time to do every other thing now. Since I'm through with all my projects. So I'll be able to. So by next week, I will personally meet with you guys one-on-one. So that we'll be able to solve the problem together.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a lovely night.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.